do you mean you're sold out? What do you mean 2 weeks? Oh, this is terrible. It's going to be an eternity. Oh, just forget it.
Hey, Artie, what's going on?
Oh, Miss Michaela, I don't even know that I can look at you. It's the worst day of my entire life. Okay. I don't know that I can bear to go on another minute. Oh, the humidity.
Artie?
I mean, the humunkity.
Okay, Artie, can you tell me what's going on? I'd really like to help you.
Oh, don't you understand, Miss Michaela? I can't even get the words out. It's just so terrible.
Well, why don't you try? Maybe it's something I can help you with.
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try to be strong for you and for the kids that are watching. Today is the day that my favorite video game, Super Banana Man Extravaganza, comes out with its second installment, Super Banana Man Extravaganza 2, Bananarama Ding Dong. I'm sure you probably heard all about it. Anyways, I went to pre-order it online, but apparently I was too late. I even tried calling them, but they said they're already sold out. I'll have to wait 2 weeks to get my copy of the game. 2 weeks!
Is this really what you're that upset over? I mean, I thought something terrible had happened, like your family were sick or something else.
No, it's worse than that. It's Super Banana Man Extravaganza. It's terrible, Miss Michaela. Can't you see that I'm in agony? Where's your empathy for a small, helpless, handsome orangutan like me who's not getting his way in everything?
Okay, Artie.
2 weeks is too long. In monkey years, that's like 2 weeks.
Yes. Okay, Artie,
14 days.
I realize.
A fortnight.
Okay, Artie, I realize that 2 weeks might be a long time for someone to wait for something that they're excited for, but you know what? I think you might need a refresher on our big idea for this month.
Really? Well, what is it? You think it'll help me in this?
Yes, it's patience.
Patience, that is a good idea. Maybe I could be a veterinarian patient or a doctor patient. After all, I have a broken heart.
No, Artie, it's not patience.
Somebody call a cardiologist.
Artie, it's not patience like at a doctor. It's patience like waiting until later for what you want now. Can you say that with me?
Okay, I guess I could try.
Yeah, patience.
Patience.
Waiting until later.
Waiting until later.
For what you want now.
For what you want now.
That's right. Patience is something that's super important for us to practice, especially with things that are little, like waiting for a video game, because it can help us learn how to practice patience on bigger things that come up in life.
I don't know, Miss Michaela. I mean, are you sure? Like what? How could waiting until later help me?
Well, you know what? If you're able to practice patience on things like waiting for your video game, then it'll get easier when bigger things come up, like waiting for your turn at the swings when you're waiting at the park.
Yeah, that is hard.
Yeah, or waiting for your little brother or sister to be old enough to play with you.
Yeah, that's hard too.
Yeah, or even waiting until you have learned a new skill like reading or math.
Yeah, math is really hard.
Yeah, and you know what? That actually reminds me of our Big Idea Instigator for this month.
Oh, the Big Idea Instigator? Who is it?
Yeah, well, his name was Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? What did he do?
Well, he was an artist.
Oh, I'm an artist too, Miss Michaela. Check it out.
Yeah.
Huh? Pretty good, right? I
Yes,
drew it myself.
that's a beautiful drawing of yourself, Artie. You did a great job.
It was a drawing of you.
Oh, of me?
Yeah, see how the hair's standing straight up? That's how I think you should cut your hair.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that. But you know what? Michelangelo is actually a famous artist, a sculptor, a painter,
So
a
hold on,
poet.
you're saying that for us to really picture this Big Idea Instigator, we might need some more artistic drawings than what I
yes.
can do?
Yes, yeah, I think
okay.
that might be a little bit more helpful.
Now, hold on, Miss Michaela, if you said his name is Michelangelo, I know what this guy did. Michelangelo, he was teenage, he was mutant, he was a Ninja Turtle. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Michelangelo was awesome.
Yeah, we're not talking about that Michelangelo. We're talking about the real Michelangelo, a real artist. He was super famous, and he lived back in the 14 and 1500s.
So, hold on, what was this guy famous for doing exactly?
He was a sculptor, a painter, an architect, a poet.
Whoa, hold on. I thought you said there was one Big Idea Instigator, not three. you're saying there was a painter, there was an architect, and a poet? There's 3 instigators this
No,
time?
Artie, this is actually just one guy who did all of these things, and he did them extraordinarily well.
Wait, you're saying one guy named Michelangelo could do all those things?
Yes, and you know what?
Whoa.
He had to practice the big idea of patience to learn all of these things.
Well, that's a lot of amazing things to learn how to sculpt, to learn how to paint, to learn how to write poetry, to be an architect. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Michelangelo, there are some projects that took him years to complete.
Well, what are some of the things that, what did he sculpt, Miss Michaela?
Well, one sculpture that he made is called Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's another one that's really famous. It's called St. Paul.
Okay.
And there's one thing that he's really famous for, a project that took him 4 entire years to complete.
4 years?
Yeah, he painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which is just this huge cathedral.
So
It's a
you're saying he had to
beautiful
paint the
painting.
entire ceiling?
The entire ceiling, he laid on his back and reached his arms up, and he painted the entire ceiling, and it took him 4 years to do it. That's
You're
a
not
lot
talking
of
about just
patience.
painting it white. You're talking about painting it with all these, cool paintings?
Exactly, like he painted some people
Yeah, I
and
think
clouds
I've
and
heard of
scenery.
that. The Sistine Chapel. Wow. You're
Yeah.
saying that was all done by one guy and it took him 4 years?
That's right.
Well, that's way longer than 2 weeks.
That is, he had a lot of patience, and his patience really pays off because over 500 years later, we're able to see and admire all of these beautiful works of art that he did.
Wow, I never really thought about that. I mean, those are some pretty cool pieces of art.
Yeah.
It looks like Michelangelo, by having a lot of patience, was able to share some pretty cool things with, well, even us.
That's right. We can learn a lot from Michelangelo about how we can also have patience in our lives.
I guess you're right. I mean, after all, if he could wait 4 years to finish amazing paintings, I could probably wait for something small like my video game to come in. It is a good opportunity to practice patience.
That's right. And you know what? Let's say that one more time so that way we can really remember what patience is. Okay,
Okay, Miss Michaela.
Patience.
Patience.
Waiting until later.
Waiting until later.
For what you want now.
For what you want now.
That's right. Well, thank
Hey.
you so much, Artie, for talking with me today.
Hey, I tell you what, Miss Michaela, while the kids check out the Big Idea Interactive, maybe we could pass the time by playing my first episode of Super Banana Man Extravaganza. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds like a great
All
idea.
right,
I'd
let's
love
go.
to.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed learning all about our Big Idea instigator, the famous artist and sculptor Michelangelo today. It was really fun to see how long he had to work and how hard he worked to create some really amazing pieces of art. Did you know Michelangelo is quoted as saying, "Genius is eternal patience"? Now, there's no doubt people would say Michelangelo was an artistic genius. But if you ask Michelangelo, I think what he would tell you is it actually just required a lot of patience. In fact, he's also quoted as saying this, and I think it really explains the quote, "Genius is eternal patience." He said once, "If people knew how hard I had to work to gain my mastery," meaning how well he was at all the things that he did, "if people knew how hard I had to work to gain my mastery, it would not seem so wonderful at all." And that's true. It really does take a lot of patience to maximize your potential. And patience is simply waiting until later for what you want now, which is why we're excited to share this month's Big Idea Interactive. For this interactive, there's going to be a lot of little supplies you need. You need a cardboard pizza box. You need a box knife or a pair of scissors, some aluminum foil, clear tape, plastic wrap, which I've got right here, some black construction paper. You'll need some butcher paper or newspaper can work as well. You need a ruler or a spoon, or we used a dowel rod for ours. It's just to help prop the box up. And then the best part, you're going to need some graham crackers, you're going to need a chocolate bar, and you're going to need a marshmallow. Why? Well, because we are going to make some s'mores with the help of a solar oven. I'll show you how to put it together right now. Okay, so the first step will be to cut an opening in the top of the cardboard box. Make sure you mark out your lines before you start cutting so that they're 1 inch from each of the outside edges of the box, okay? And we're only going to be cutting 3 sides. Next, line the inside of the lid with aluminum foil. This helps reflect the heat from the sun rays back into your oven. You'll need it to be tight and have it wrap around the back where you can tape it in place. Step 3, use a plastic wrap to create an airtight seal on the underside of the lid that you cut. You'll need 2 layers of the plastic wrap. This creates a window that helps trap the heat inside the box in order to cook that marshmallow. Final step. Take the black construction paper and put it on the inside of the box and roll up your newspaper or your butcher paper and place it along the inside edges of the box. This helps insulate the box so it traps more heat inside. All right, if you follow those steps, you should have a brand new solar oven. Now's the part that's going to require some patience. Wait until later for what you want now. I know that s'more looks delicious, but as you put that s'more together, put it in your solar oven, and then you'll have to wait outside, put that solar oven in the sunlight, 1 to 2 hours. The rays from the sun will heat that marshmallow up until it's the perfect gooey consistency. Now, since it's kind of chilly right now, we're going to be using a heat lamp for ourselves. If you need to, depending on where you are watching this, you can use a heat lamp as well. Just make sure that you have an adult help you set it up. I would say we definitely maximize that marshmallow's potential. And that's the big idea of patience. When you put it to work inside of you, it can change the world around you.